It's not hard to fathom or comprehend or contemplate the idea that in the last days, evil would be considered good and good would be considered evil, and that people would be prone and inclined to take the mark of the beast. It's not hard to imagine or to contemplate or to comprehend the feasibility, probability, and possibilities of that. It's actually very reasonable. After all, look at the world you're living in now. The cancel culture, the every woman must believe any accusation she makes against a man, legality. Men can be women, women can be men, he, him, her, they, it, whatever. You see, you've gotten rid of identity and distinction for ambiguity and mental inventions without any moral judgment. Everything is amoral or not moral at all. Truth does not exist because it's my truth, her truth, their truth, no truth at all. There's no such thing as a lie. There's just an opinion, a difference of view. In other words, in the words of Metallica, nothing else matters. Get rid of light and darkness. Everything's gray. And so you're in a culture that has redefined the words and has controlled the narrative and pushed the propaganda. And anyone who does not walk that line, well, now we can forget this ambiguity and amorality. Because if you don't walk the line of this ambiguousness, then indeed you are the only one who is evil and must be eliminated. No, people aren't crazy. They just must be understood. Criminals aren't criminal. They're just disenfranchised. No one really has to obey the law, and the law is the problem. Police, patriarchy, fathers, authority figures. Rules? What rules? Who wrote that? I don't identify with those rules. And when I come against logic and reason, it is simply a different opinion. That's all. We're not going to categorize or mischaracterize because, why? All religions are the same. Everybody wants to kill in the name of Muhammad. It's a peaceful religion, Islam. Sharia law. Law? Oh, there we go. Another authority figure. Jihad. Fatwas. Why, it's those Christians that are really the problem anyway. We must be accepting of Muslims and rejecting of Christians. We believe in the subjugation of women and the murder of people that do not fit our particular belief system. We believe that every Jew must be cast into the sea. Are you serious? This is what they believe. We will fly the Palestinian flag. In fact, we're fascists, we're communists, we're socialists. One thing we are not about freedom. Because there should be no rules. Every woman has the right to sleep with as many men as possible. And if a man wants to marry a man and a woman wants to marry a woman, that's their right. If I want to marry my dog, you have no power over me. This is true. Man has no power over demons. It's the demonic infiltrating the material world of men. And demons hate the laws and regulations and codes of men. There is no law or regulations. We do as we will as demons. That's what they would tell you. And they have to convince mankind against his more puritanical, better selves. You must be reduced to nothing but a dog, less than a dog, actually, because the animals are the real geniuses, so says Roseanne Barr. It's just a Democrat and a Republican. You see, one side of the aisle. We're all the same, really. I'm on the left and you're on the right. No. There are things that don't mix. And how do we know that? Look at the environment. Look at the insects. The wasp isn't hanging out with the bumblebee. The spider isn't just kicking it back with the ant, having a cocktail. No. The hawks aren't sitting there sharing a worm with a rabbit or a sparrow. No. Sharks don't swim in a pod of dolphins. No. It's not how that works. Hyenas aren't sharing a meal with a lion. The animals know their place. And it has really very little to do with being an enemy as much as it is being what they are in their lane, not necessarily an enemy. We don't mix. We are not of the same ilk. In fact, you are not what I would walk with. You are my dinner. When is the last time you've taken your steak out for a date? After all, what's the difference between a man and a steak? They both are meat. When is the last time you took your steak to a tanning booth? Or you took your steak surfing? Did you take your steak to a concert? No, you can't eat it, remember? No, we don't do that. Not with the steak. Did you take your steak to church or to synagogue? When's the last time you took your steak out just to hang out? Did you take it to the wedding? No, you would eat your steak, not date your steak. But this is the world you live in. It's not just blurred. It's not just upside down. It's not just inside out. It's corrupted, demented, and deranged. And it's infiltrated every aspect of every atom in the air. You find this deranged syndrome in churches and synagogues. Obviously, they're in the mosque, been there for a long, long time. Sunni or Shia, makes no difference. This madness is everywhere. Obviously, it's been in the universities for a very long time. They are the main institutions for this indoctrination. And this lobotomizing of your brain and the castration of your loins, the destruction of your babies, your common sense. The left and the right. Just a matter of a difference of opinion. No, it's not. Because you have completely avoided and shrunk back from calling evil, evil, good, good, right, right, and wrong, wrong. You vacated your position behind the stalwart force of truth. You've opened up your gates to the Trojan horses of deception and delusion. And you've done so willingly that you got drunk while you were doing it, or high. You want to forget what you're about to do. Got to get drunk first before you have that sexual liaisons. Got to get drunk and high on mushrooms and psychedelics before you commit that crime and that murder. Yes, you have been hijacked, so much so that most of you are possessed. You're not oppressed, you are possessed. While you wear crosses around your neck, Bible symbols tattooed on your bodies, kippas on your head, tzitzits on your torso, tallits over your shoulders, hijabs wrapped around that skull full of mush, and crosses on your neck, and the likes. Why? To mask and to hide the truth. You are demented and deranged. And no amount of religious phylacteries, no amount of your vapes or your cigarettes or your essential oils, your meditative candles and incense is going to hide the stench, the stink of sin that's embellished in every part of you, pouring out of your pores and in that slithering tongue when you speak. You don't bless, you curse. Even when you say the word bless, it's a curse from your mouth. You've turned yourselves over, and it's obvious, but you don't see it. No, because you're intoxicated with the elixir of the devil's drinks, a mixed cocktail of lust for money, fame, fortune, personal vanity and insanity, the destruction of your humanity, because you have abandoned the divinity in which you were made to be, in the image and the visage, attributes and characteristics of your creator, your maker, Elohim Adonai, the God of Abraham, Jacob, Isaac, Israel. He has sent his Torah, his prophets, and the Mashiach, the anointed one, Yeshua. And you've abandoned it. You've chosen your poison. And most of you are drinking it in luxury. So much so that not only do you resist God, you rebel and kill anyone who reminds you. You hate the truth. You have no tolerance for it. You're comfortable around the world and extremely uncomfortable around men of God. You are a lover of darkness, full of hate, unforgiveness, bitterness, sarcasm, and cynicism. And you will reap what you sown. You've indicted yourselves, and you will have no one to blame but you. You are undisciplined, reckless, dangerous, self-destructive, spiritually suicidal and homicidal, dangerous to yourself and anyone that knows you, your wife, your husband, your children, your friends, your society, because you have resisted God and refused to submit. No, it's not an opinion. It's a fact. Too blind to see it, too dumb to comprehend it, and too full of pride to humble yourself and repent and turn. Oh, sure, there would be deliverance, liberation, freedom from this. But your ego, your pride, and the toxicity and destruction of your mind has prevented you from doing even what you need to do. May God have mercy on your souls.